Hey YouTube, how you doing? I'm just being a busybody. Alright, so I'm about to do, it's been a while since I did an almost personal reading. So when I was doing the Scorpio reading, I felt a little bit of energy about all personal reading, right? So just to flesh out connections and all of that kind of stuff, it's been a while for me. So the type of almost personal reading I'm going to do is a past life one. When I first started coming up here, that was one of the things I did. It is a great time for me to really re-tap in with all this energy going in to see how I feel, compare the difference from then and now. So I could feel my progression too. So I hope you enjoy, and yes, I'm about to go ahead and get quiet and tune into the spiritual world. Hey universe, how you doing? It's been a while since I did a personal reading. Can we slowly widen to this for YouTube? Allow the messages to flow for who is needed for. Let's set up this almost personal reading. Thank you. So here we go. Alright. For this person of interest, for this almost personal reading here, what is the energy that's tugging on to this person? What is this energy that they cannot shake or bake from? I have one oracle card to describe the energy they cannot shake or bake from. Okay. Alright. Now, in an event, this energy that they can't shake from, right? Where is it that they trying to head at? What is the main synthesis that they feel in a duality way that they trying to accomplish in their personal life, and yet it's crossing roads with their spiritual life? Where is this energy headed? Where is the balancing point to describe the current pathway this person is on? Okay, so the two cards that came out is unrequited love, and then teaching. You inspire young people to learn. So okay, so somewhere in your life you have an unrequited type of love energy that's going on, and so right now what you're looking for. Right now in your personal life, your current life, you're looking for some form of admiration. You in a category type of energy of recognition thus so far. So whoever might be going through a stage right now that feels like recognition is important to them, right? I'm gonna pull some more cards. Let's get up into it a little bit more. Make sure I'm going in the right direction, so I'm going to be quiet for a minute. Alright, universe, I need 3 more cards to guide me to the union of this connection with the unrequited love and the teaching energy. 3 cards to guide me to their connection. The link between unrequited love and teaching. 3 cards. Okay. So what has came out is the Four of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Three of Cups. All right. Let's talk about the unrequited love within these three cards, what it would mean, right? The Four of Pentacles is saying you had an affair, right, with somebody. This affair, especially with the Three of Cups is here, this affair was kind of spiteful, to be honest, with the Three of Cups. Everybody in this situation knew about each other. Okay. Now, the fact of it is, this is the karmic energy that's here. Now, on the side of, let's get into teaching. Okay, the teaching side of this when it comes to the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles could say right now, you might be this type of person, to be honest, that needs a lot of space in a relationship. And you might be currently put in a situation where somebody that you kind of enjoy their company, with the King of Wands and the Three of Cups, you really enjoy this person's company, but you're not into really trying to settle down with this person, or you're not, there's a hiccup with you in having the mobility to move around. Let's say that it's something about, you know, that things gonna change if you commit to this person, and those changes is not what you desire, or maybe you have already committed to this person and these changes is now coming about in this situation, right? So now these energies are currently merging together, right? So let's get some more cards, because like in the current part of the admiration, when I was saying at first, the teacher energy is more like an admiration. So like I said, this person is something about them that you want to maintain. You just do not want the whole total package. And you know that its whole total package is all of nothing. You know this for a simple fact of it. You know this, right? Now, the thing is, what the energy is presenting, the energy that you in of the all or nothing is kind of more or less like, it's not really a illusion. It's the honesty within the vengeance of the karmic energy that's coming back around. Okay. So when it could have been this lifetime since you've been living. It could have been another lifetime, but either way it goes, you know what I'm saying? You got some sexual revenge on somebody, and you got that sexual revenge with somebody that was close to that person to make sure it hurt. You wanted them to feel all the shits with it, right? So now you in a situation where the all or nothing is now the shit. It's the karma of the shit. So it's like, the best way to start detangling this is, first of all, like, ask yourself, start processing it from the point of, did you, since this time period, or if say in this time period, this sexual revenge act happened, right? In this current now, since you've been existing in this lifetime, right? So existing from this lifetime, it's almost like during the years, months, hours, or whatever time has been spaced apart since that act, did you feel any part of remorse or guilt? if the answer is yes, right there is where you got to start processing and untangling the situation compared to where you at. So it's going to be like you're caught in the process. Your brain got to go through some points of aligning weird stuff together. Oh, in this relationship, yeah, I went on this trip right here. Oh, wow. Because me and that person used to be cool before I got that revenge, before I did that revenge act. You know what I'm saying? I only got that revenge because I want to get back. I wanted that person to feel the way that I felt at that moment of time. And so some of those moments of times or good times could be linked within the current relationship of the different good moments y'all have, right? So you need to start from that point of whether you felt remorse in that time zone right there, because it's probably some weird things that happened that led you and this new person to connect. The energy was piling up, so that person could be like a kindred spirit or something, a mediator type of angel to balance out things if you have more future goals to get to. You know what I'm saying? Far as the King of Wands and the Three of Cups, right? Now, let's put it from the example of, if this is something coming out of your archives records and you here with this person. So, there's many multitude of ways of, like, if it's coming from your archives records and this is a revenge act that's turning around. So you gotta look at who you are. To begin this process, you need to look at who you are, right? And put yourself, like, in the situation, if heaven existed and if hell existed. Like, do these two places in a polar opposite and embrace your creative thoughts and ideas that come, and make sure you maintain the awareness of the sensation, like whether it's feeling like it's really getting close, like, hold on, I don't even know if this is true, but why am I feeling like it is true? Make sure you evaluate it from that point of view. That'll be the best way right there. But let's get into it and see, why, a little bit more on why this was selected from me, okay? So, yeah. So, when it comes to the Four of Pentacles here, what is this Four of Pentacles talking about right here? Can you tell me what the Four of Pentacles is talking about? Man, I had two cards for the Four of Pentacles. I have one more card. Okay. So we have Temperance here and the Three of Wands. So me personally, I feel like this is the karma thing that's coming back in it, and that's what the Four of Pentacles is like. It's talking about a situation that has already occurred. It's almost like it could be more depth into the archives record part of it, especially with the Temperance here. So it's like with all these energetic energies that's going on right now, Jupiter has went retrograde, and Jupiter deals with us on a whole personal, big society wise, right? So right now, your relationship, say that you currently, your relationship could be just fine, and maybe what's going on is maybe some people is looking for second incomes, or maybe people are starting, maybe you are getting offers to do some overtime at work. You know, it's going to be these little nitpicking kind of situations that's going to lead up to this Akash record karma event. So it's almost like it's different ways. You know, the universe are gonna go definitely go by your consciousness. You know, say that you're a type of person who like to be very organized, right? So the organization part of it might not be the thing that really gets out of control. So that might not that could be your distraction. It's the fact everything's seeming so normal, and then out of the blue, maybe 2 or 3 months, somebody then had an affair on the other person. Because, you know, the Three of Wands can be representing the prior revenge to be coming back. It could mean that you might not be conscious of it. So when this person sit here and cheat, maybe if you have stipulations on what cheating roles are y'all in a relationship that is what it is and you just still describe it as cheating, these going to be the type of things that comes upon when it comes to this energy right here with Temperance, you know, to set it up. Now, somebody can get really put in a situation real tough and tight. Or say it's the fact, let's say it's a different way. Say that your marriage in your past life got broken up because somebody just was so over insecure. Or maybe you've been dealing with somebody who in this lifetime that has been over insecure and you just walked out of that relationship. You just couldn't do it no more. So right now at this point in time is like, it could be having you evaluate, did that situation of that person when you walk out, that you walked away from, did you carry insecurities with you? Is those insecurities now stopping you from finding the love of your life, finding the person that you want? That person could be right there with you, but you just got all these insecurities. And everything seemed like it's so much about the present. But really, it could actually be stemming from your Akash records. You could be exhausted on it. It's no telling the tail end of maybe how your life ended. And maybe it could be the part of the tail end that you finally found somebody that gave you joy. So the trickery in these kind of situations here with Temperance is going to test how much you want it, especially when you got the King of Wands and the Three of Cups. How much do you want it? How much, since the goal is teaching the energy you in, since admiration is the energy, what is the gratefulness in something really manifesting? You know, what is the gratefulness in this manifestation of it? You know, that could be the overall energetic judgment up in this situation that can rewrite things in a whole different way. When we talking about admiration, so look at admiration from a synonym point of view when you're applying this, okay? Then the shadow card, after those two cards came out, we had the Chariot. Yeah, it's about how, like I was saying about, and it's a major arcana. So you have the past and the present that you could look here up in this situation. And that's where Temperance lies at on the surface up. It's like it's going to be a situation that's progressive. There's going to be a choice in it. All right. Can we get a little bit more detail about this King of Wands here too? Here we have two cards for the King of Wands. Two cards for the King of Wands. 2 cards for clarification for the King of Wands. Oh, that's pretty. I kind of like got one card flipped over and one card fell out. Or is it the same card? I thought I saw one flip over. But at the same time, I don't see the flip over. So maybe it flipped out the deck. And I thought it flipped over. Yeah, I don't see no flip over one. Okay. It flipped out the deck like that. Oh. So reading for the King of Wands, we had a High Priestess and the Page of Wands. So, yeah. So from you know, the Archives records, you know, Archives records is so funny how they line up, you know, different things that we have to really like readvise. Is you know, sometimes I'm trying to keep myself together on it because it's interesting because it's like, you know, say you are in what it is relationship and this High Priestess sitting right here. Like, at the same time, on the flip side of it, with this King of Wands, you know, it's so many different positions and roles in this almost person reading because you could be on the role of, like, the person that got the bad end of the stick, right? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? You could be, okay, you could be the one that the other person had revenge sex. You could be the one that actually went out and committed, you know, a violation within y'all relationship contract. Now, not telling what time zone it is because say if you was coming up during the time of the witch hunt, and this is, you're a female that I'm talking to right now, right? So coming out and actually getting crucified, you know, just to put something, King of Wands, you know, we into the High Priestess version of this, right? So let's say from that, you know, from the High Priestess version, say this was during the witch hunt times. Let's say this was a past life energy from the 1400s, right? So you might have really died real quick. And only the universe know that you never committed the act at all. But it doesn't mean that you're not walking around currently with different insecurities. When we had a Page of Wands here, when I was talking about the 4 of Pentacles. So say that you know, you in a is what it is situation, right? This situation of is what it is, and if you go out, and maybe this might be your time to have revenge sex. Maybe this revenge sex is giving you more opportunities to have revenge. Meaning, you could be, say the reason you could be really honestly on your single path is the fact during the witch hunt in 1400s, the crowd used to come out there. It used to be a body shaming part. So in your animalistic way, a lot of those faces could have imprinted on you. So maybe that's why you enjoy being single. You might want to be free. If it was like, for an example of you just having a hard time committing to this relationship, right? And it might be your thing of freedom, and maybe you actually being free within or walking away might be the justice, or say, you know, you are a witch per se, and you might feel like you're a healer. So actually walking away in these relationships is more healing yourself in different magnitudes. It's healing yourself throughout time zones, probably with your gift or anything, right? Now, say that you are going through the pathway of cheating. Now, it's not to say that's a good thing or a bad thing, because it always gives you an opportunity throughout lifetimes to have a story to interact with. So, and that's just coming from a witch type of conversation, right? But, you know, say revenge sex was your thing. So is it accomplished? Is it completed? You know, this energy could be bringing up those desires of all kinds of completions and demands, you know, with the King of Wands. You know, we clarifying the King of Wands. So, like I say, if you're coming from a time of a witch hunt, and you know, men also have times where, you know, in matriarchy dominant societies, y'all done been cooked and roasted, and they selected who they wanted to keep. And you know, maybe that might be your impact. And maybe that might be something that you got to learn how to confront, which maybe, you know, you could be swaying back and forth on how to interact with the feminine species when this energy ramping up right now for you, right? It's questioning because, you know, these chicks back in the 1400s, they done burnt you to the crisp, you know, for being this guy who never did nothing but, you know, it could have been one of those situations where, you know, maybe you might have been doing something wrong. You know, maybe you wanted to leave the woman you was with. Maybe that was it and go be with another. And the rules of how marriage was way different. So maybe you never cheated, but you kept talking. But also the crowd was there when you died too. So it can cause the same thing no matter what. It just flips on the way that you see things and what you have to accomplish with it. Alright? With this High Priestess and this Page of Wands. And the Shadow card here. See, there we go. Judgment. Like I say we was up in the 1400s. That's all that judgment energy right there. So those things can influence how you want to interact in relationships, how you want to have expression. You're not conscious of it, but your subconscious is conscious of it. And throughout your experience of life, you seem to always gravitate to people who speak in those desires of keeping your interpretation true. And sometimes some other people could come and spark your intuition, and it might just jolt you and you be like, nah, that's that trick stuff right there. And it's probably not the fact it's trick stuff, it's just the fact that you hitting different sections and points of your life with that type of energy. Alright? So now I'm going to get a 2-card clarification for the Three of Cups. Alright, we have the Eight of Swords and we have the King of Cups. Oh, look at them. Oh, look at this Eight of Swords. It looks so adorable, don't it? And I think this deck really fits. And I think this image really fits also for it. Because, for real, it really takes a whole lot to navigate between the things that already occurred and the things that's occurring now. Now when you finish navigating and you realize like this owl for real, this look the way it look, but it does have some little pieces that could it mean that this is sheltering from the snow, and does it mean also with those right there, is that going to help the ice move the right way it need to move? Is it going to be able to break away? If it gets stuck right there, can those swords help it break away freely when the time comes for it to continue to move on? So when you're getting a almost personal past life type of reading, right? It takes a whole lot to really put those things into perspective. There are certain styles that we expect our past life to come out with. We walk around in the now justifying or selecting what we feel like we would get judged for, compared to thinking about what are we within our purpose, in our current purpose, what is in our current purpose that we must satisfy from that judgment that already occurred. We more calmly walk in the now with judgment instead of thinking about judgment in the future sense. If you already passed away, this is your judgment part, is within your purpose. So when it has teaching right here, you inspire young people to learn. That means even through your kids that you raise in different audience, or however you are within the social dynamic. And like I said, it's all about that admiration. So getting some things into a balancing act in your relationship might require for you to consider how you are now. Part of who you are going to give you a percentage rate if you really tap into your emotional vibration and seriousness. Your body knows, your conscious mind knows how serious you are. It doesn't take long for your chakras to activate at one singular time. It might take longer for the message to decode the proper way, but it don't take long for the physiological reaction to go through your body. When you on these type of pathways, we are energetic beings, and we was created with organs. Our skin is an organ. So look at there. It's there protecting us. Our skin breathe like the flowers do. So when the King of Wands is here, is at the end, like, I want to say, I think you'll consider some of the things that I'm saying right here. I don't think you'll consider them very deeply by looking at the King of Cups. Your joy of being into your as you are mode with relationships is very contentment. You like the spice and you like the spiciness that goes on in communicating with people on that intimacy level. You really do enjoy that. And that all can all stem from your 1400 situation too. The enjoyment of it, because maybe in some of these lifetimes you might have already cleared some of this karmic energy. And maybe this purpose right here is all about proving that you really done it over with. So maybe also maintaining your independency in your relationships is definitely a firm thing. but yet maybe leaving preparation and opening, because if something is if this is a closing chapter, the universe might want to open up a new book. So the next adventure that you get into might be very intense and serious. So make sure you understand what you're attracting to at this point in time, because this energy can attract people to be very, physical at times and put their hands on you. So make sure you balance all of that out. In the shadow card here, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles to me is a little bit of my conclusion. It's really hard work, and it takes a lot of effort to really consider any kind of past life energy. It's a psychedelic type of feeling that goes through you when the universe is connecting with you on it. So sometimes that feeling make people feel uncomfortable, so they don't go through with the process. I mean, I can relate to it. Especially when you hear a lot of conspiracy theories. It's easy to question what is really going on with your body at one time. So I could 100% relate to it. But nevertheless, I have enjoyed this message, and I hope it help you out in the best way that it can. And the shadow card here is travel. Your life purpose involves traveling. So, that goes to the 1400. That is a travel. Look at transportation during that time. Trains was very dominant during that period of time right there. So, and trains also embodied that community, those onlookers that was watching it. And like I say, it also could be about the transportation part. Can be maybe you have completed some of all of this. I feel like someone has, but I don't feel like the whole audience I'm talking to has. I think some people are going to be embarking this. The population during that time in reincarnation is what it is, and then what we do in this current lifetime could also embody this. So I feel like it's more than one person. This message will just resonate where it need to resonate at, and just toss away the rest. And Peaches is out of here.